Hello and welcome to, very sadly, the final Bob's vlog with me as your Member of Parliament in this current Parliament, because as of, I think, midnight tonight, there are no MPs, but there are lots of candidates. So, although I'm your MP for the rest of the day, tomorrow I'm starting my campaign for re-election. So hopefully you will see me out and about in pretty much all the communities on the island. It has been a massive pleasure to be your Member of Parliament for the last 2.5 years, and I'm incredibly grateful for the chance to serve. And I'm just going to do a very quick roundup of where we are with some of the campaigns that I've been fighting on your behalf. By the way, just as my location today, I'm in the gardens in front of the Palace of Westminster. You've got Westminster Hall there, the oldest bit of Parliament, dates back over 1,000 years, around to the sort of parliamentary offices behind me, and up to Big Ben up there, which is still wrapped in some very, very sort of posh scaffolding, and is having its all stonework repaired. We heard it chime last night, and actually we thought, we haven't heard that in a long time, and it was a really lovely and reassuring sound. So I hope we get Big Ben back by next summer. Right, just want to bring you up to speed on things. The island deal, I wrote to the Prime Minister a couple of weeks ago. A response is winging its way towards me as we speak. There are 6 elements to the island deal. That's the deal to recognise, to give us a better settlement from government that helps us fund public services, on the island. And yesterday evening I met with the Health Minister, Minister of State for Health, a man called Ed Algar, to talk about the additional costs of providing public services, and in that case specifically health services on the island. And the NHS is going to be looking at options when Parliament is in recess, not sitting. So we're going to be looking at options which will then be presented to us in December. So that's progress on the island deal. If you remember, I think we need roughly 7 million extra for local government services, about 12 million extra for the NHS, a cap on the cost of patient travel to the mainland, as well as support in other areas as well. No doubt talk about that on the election campaign. The island plan. To date, nearly 7,000 islanders have taken part in the petition or the survey for the island plan. Thank you so much to all those people. Clearly, the island plan, should I get re-elected, should you put your confidence in me to represent you from December the 12th onwards, will be one of my priorities in the new year. What else? Fracking, government announcement over the weekend, a moratorium on fracking. That's good. I don't want fracking on the Isle of Wight, and that means that if there's a national ban on it, we're not going to have that. That's another good win. Finally, in the past 2.5 years, I think I've written to about 14,000 people. We're getting the exact numbers today. I've had dozens of surgery appointments. I met hundreds of people who come to see me in the constituent surgeries. Dozens of telephone surgeries as well. People find it difficult to meet me in person. As I say, it's been an absolute pleasure to serve. What have we done in that time? I think we've got about 6 or 7 good achievements that we can be proud of. And with almost everything I do, it's not me doing stuff myself, but it's me working with communities, working with groups, working with the council, and working with other interested parties to deliver for you, the people of the Isle of Wight. So for the first time in our history, the Department of Local Government accepts that there are additional costs in being an island. Effectively, they've recognised in practical terms that the Isle of Wight is an island. So the next step is to make sure we get a decent funding settlement on the back of that. We've got very recently, in September, a couple of months ago, 26 million to rebuild Island Line, really important. 6 months before that, we were assured approximately 20 million from Network Rail to ensure that to rebuild and to improve Ryde Railway Pier. This summer, we were awarded 48 million pounds of additional capital investment from the NHS, which is really great. A very good campaign fought by the NHS leadership team on the island, which I was delighted to support. Before that, one of the first things that we achieved, I think it was the Tuesday after I got elected, I said to the Department of Education, you are not shutting Sandown School. I worked with the council to make sure the department understood that they couldn't get away with shutting Sandown School. And then when that went out to consultation, Sandown community did a fantastic job of responding, and the government accepted our case. So we kept Sandown School open, and also we got, at the time, an academy that wasn't serving the needs of the people of Sandown well enough we got that academy to leave that school. I'm delighted that they're doing a much better job at Ryde Academy and really excellent progress there. So, and finally, I think the final thing that we've achieved is that we've secured the venture keys for shipbuilding on the island. That's a Columbine building, the big Union Jack building in East Cowes. We were very worried. It's taken 12 years to sort out a productive use for that building, because Cedar and then Homes England have had lots of different colourful schemes, none of which were going to work in my opinion. And they finally come to accept that they need to sell that building to the council, and then we need to make sure that our shipbuilder there has a long lease. So that, I think, is the final victory. Myself working with the council have assured, we hope, the future of the Columbine building for shipbuilding on the Isle of Wight. So that's hundreds of really good quality jobs protected, and hopefully more jobs will come there as we get a reputation for building really great ships on the Isle of Wight. I think that's genuinely it from me at the moment. So I'm going to wind up here in my office, and I'm going to get down to the island this evening. And then from tomorrow onwards, I look forward to being the Conservative candidate for the upcoming general election in December. And again, see many of you are hopefully on the campaign trail. And finally, can I just say again, what a great program it's been served.